What's up, everyone? This is Dave from Green Hat Kiteboarding, and I got a lot of you asking just what my favorite surf foil is. I've ridden a lot of stuff as of late, and I got to admit that the Enduro 900 by AFS is across the board my absolute favorite surf foil that I have ever ridden. I get bummed out when I have to literally let someone try it because I just can't wait to get back onto it. So let's talk about a few things. If I were to explain the Enduro 900 in 3 words, I would say smooth, stable, flow. Now, all 3 of those words have their own category, but actually when put together, it's exactly how I feel about this wing. Smooth, stable, flow. The best part about this wing is that what it gives you the ability to do is just literally link turns, and the confidence that I feel when I am actually linking turns just allows me to put more pressure into it, and it's just going to put me back right into that same spot that I want to be. The low end is a little different than a lot of other foils. I would say that this is more of a very carvy foil. It also has a lot of pivot. So with that, as you can see, the ends are a little narrow. It does flip up, so that definitely does help. But in general, the pump, I have felt a better low end from other foils, but I will always want to surf harder than pump longer. That's just really what I'm kind of after. Let's talk about the big elephant in the foiling room, the tubercles, right? So I come from snowboarding. I remember 20 or so years ago, LibTech and GNU came up with the serrated edges. And that was something that a lot of people could not grasp, but once you understand it, you'll see how it applies. So in snowboarding, serrated edges will help you grab onto ice, which if you're from the East Coast, you understand that we don't get a lot of powder days. So it helped grab onto ice, especially in the half pipe, which is one of those situations where you are aggressively putting a lot of force onto the bottom of the snowboard and able to carve up and down. Now with foils, I kind of feel the same way. So what these little serrated edges do, which by the way are not sharp, a lot of people get a little concerned about that, but they are. I would much rather get hit by something like this than something like this. With that, what I feel these tubercles do is it allows you to grip the actual wave itself, especially when you're going into turbulent water, where you would normally sort of start to lose balance and get a lot of wobble. Unfortunately, like turbulence on an airplane, you start to feel those wings start to kind of flex a little bit. These stay very, very straight, and they stay very connected, and it allows me to do things like just literally hit whitewater just for fun. And 9 times out of 10, I actually recover out of it with no problem. As something that is a 11 aspect ratio wing, the biggest concern that most people think is there's no way it could turn that well with such a span. The slipperiness of this comes in with the smooth of this whole entire system. Connection feels incredible. This mast is so insanely stiff. This is the ultra high modulus carbon 80. I normally do not like a 80 mast, but with these being a little bit more spannier, I found that it gives me a little bit more wiggle room with breaching tips. I am running the short fuse, and I am running the shortest option as far as the tail, and this is the 142 silk tail. This is something that I really feel helps with the low end, but also allows it to have a slower stall speed when actually coming up to the wave and doing a turn, and letting these little tubercles kind of do their thing. For most foils, I would say there are certain boards that they link up with better than some others. What I have personally found with this setup is it works great with my little 27-liter prone board. It works great with my 39-liter prone board. It's worked great as a mid-length foil as well. So let's get back to those 3 words real quick. So smooth, it is literally so smooth. The roll back and forth, you can literally use just your heel toe, especially if you have a little bit of an offset stance. It allows you to just bank angles. Stability, even when going down very, very fast sections of the wave, I've always had the ability to just press a little bit further on my nose and get in and then just straighten it out and then flow. I mean, this wing literally flows back and forth, allowing me to connect so many different turns in so many different variations. The coolest thing about this wing, and this is something new for me, is I'm able to almost do bottom turns backside and then just come up to the whitewater and just lift through the whitewater and come back down. It's actually blown my mind with how much fun this surf foil is. And the craziest thing is that this isn't even technically their surf foil. Their surf foil is the 850 silk or the 1050 silk. Pumping wise, it will take a little bit of getting used to. You just got to keep this mast super high. I mean, the glide's absolutely insane on this thing. The glide will not allow it to stop until you're ready to stop. It's kind of nuts like that. That is my explanation of my pretty much, let's call it 2.5, 3 months dabbling with the AFS Enduro 900. I hope this helps you out as far as figuring out if this is the right wing for you. If you want more reviews like this, like, comment, all that fun stuff. And you can check us out at greenhackkiteboarding.com.